Okay. Yeah, we're live. Hey everyone. Hope you guys are having a good day. This is actually the third YouTube live video that I've done, I think, in total time I've been here on YouTube. I've got two screens right now, so that's why I'm looking here, and I have to make sure I look here as opposed to there. So I think, there we go here. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I don't get so in center. Okay, so hope you guys are having a good time. Today, I'm going to be talking about how to use Tailwind, which is one of my favorite apps, to really power up your Pinterest. Now, you may be wondering why in the world would you use Tailwind? For what about Pinterest? Why should you be using these two tools? And there's really three reasons why you want to be using Pinterest. Number one, it's free traffic, something we all love. Most of the time, we're spending money to try and get people to check out their stuff, or we're asking people to click the link in our bio. But Pinterest is a great way to get free traffic because when people are on Pinterest, they actually want to click through and check out things. So that's the first reason. Second reason, I'm switching hands, sorry. Second reason is it's consistent. That, again, people are there to check out things, here to gather ideas. So it's actually consistent traffic. It's not like a random click someone clicks on accidentally. It's, people have the right intention. And the third reason, the biggest reason that I love Pinterest is that Pinterest is long-term traffic, meaning that unlike all the other social media platforms, Pinterest you can start on like day one and you'll still get clicks and likes and repins, a week, a month, 3 months, even years further down the line. I mean, when I started my blog about almost 3 years ago. It's been about 2 years and 8 months or so. Yeah, and I've had pins that I pinned roughly within the first year that are still getting clicked and pinned today. I don't know about you, but I can't think of any other kind of platform that has that kind of power and that kind of longevity of traffic and interest. So, question is, how do you make Pinterest the best badass thing that you can be? And the best way is, my opinion, is to use a tool called Tailwind. Now, if I pull out my notes, there's 3 features of Tailwind that I just absolutely love. Number one is what they call the Smart Schedule. And what this is basically it will analyze your Pinterest account, and based off the analytics, it will give you recommended times to pin that will get people interested in. So you don't have to think about, okay, when should I schedule and shoot out my Pinterest pins? It will actually run an algorithm and will actually give that data for you. And one of my favorite parts is that it will actually give you suggested times, and it will give the option of you can either add those times, maybe delete them. So let's say you have 5 times in your time period. It has these little boxes, and later on in the video, I will do a demo to show you just how awesome Pinterest is, or Tailwind is. It will actually give you suggested times for you to pin your posts. So that is awesome. That's the first thing. Second thing I love about Tailwind is interval pinning. This is something really cool. So what interval pinning is you can, when you click on schedule in Pinterest, it will schedule out based off the different times in the queue. So if you have 10, let's say you're pinning, your queue has 10 slots a day. If you're scheduling 10 pins, it will fill it out for just one day. But what interval pinning enables you to do is you can actually tell Tailwind, okay, spit out this pin, and I have 10 pins, spit each one of these out at an interval of, let's say, half a day. So now it will schedule 2 pins at a half a day apart for the next 5 days. So now you have 5 days worth of content rather than just 1 day worth of content, which is very, very useful. And it's all based off your schedule also. So it'll actually, it won't conflict with anything that you've already scheduled in your queue. So that's awesome. And then the third thing I love is multiple boards, which is probably my favorite part about Tailwind. Just give me a sec. I love coffee. It's actually coffee, not water. But I love coffee. So third thing I love about Tailwind is you can pin to multiple boards. So rather than simply manually uploading your pin to Pinterest every time you want to pin it, because you want to have multiple boards, I'll explain this in a little bit, you can actually take a single pin and select maybe the 10 or 5, 10 or 15 different boards that you want that pin to be on. So it actually reduces your workload significantly in managing your Pinterest account. So those are three features of Tailwind that I love. And now I'm going to talk about 3 ways you can pin with Tailwind. First way is to create multiple pins for every blog post. This is something I learned from Fitzpatrick. I just realized I forgot to put her link in the YouTube cards and in the description. So I will put that in after the video, but for her channel. But yeah, you want to make multiple pins for every blog post. And the way you do this is you create a main pin for your blog post image, and then you create supplementary pins that contain quotes. And then the third way you can pin the same blog post is turn it into an infographic. And you can use this using Canva, or you can even hire a graphic designer to do it for you. So that's step number 1 of how to use Tailwind to pin. Create multiple pins for every blog post that you have. Number 2, curate pins on Pinterest to share other people's stuff. So what you want to do is you want to use Pinterest, go into the Pinterest search bar, find other pins. You can also open up a pin and check out related pins underneath a pin that you like. And your goal is to try and find other stuff by other people that relates to you and what you talk about on Pinterest. So this is very useful if, let's say, you're not sure what to pin, because you want to be consistent on Pinterest. This is something I have to work on. But you want to always be consistent, and therefore curating other people's pins is a great way for you to ensure that your Pinterest feed is always running and chugging. Now, a third tip, and this is actually useful if you're on an iPhone, and I don't know if I can share an iPhone here. I probably can if I screen share and then share my phone. But a third thing you can do is if you're creating pins on your phone or looking through on Pinterest, find the pins and then you can save them as drafts into the Tailwind app. And when you save them to the Tailwind app, you can then do the interval pinning and all that fancy stuff on your computer. So that's another third way you can use Tailwind to prepare your Pinterest account to be just awesome. So those are 3 ways you can pin with Tailwind. And and another big thing, to really take advantage of Tailwind, I would highly recommend you create a Pinterest for Business account, especially if you're a blogger or you have a website of some kind. And if you're a YouTuber or a podcaster, even more important, because if you're a YouTuber like me, I like to take my YouTube videos and plop them onto my my blog so that I have an ability to create Pinterest pins and all that great stuff that comes with blogging, even though I'm on YouTube. So that is, and the beauty of a Pinterest for Business account in particular is, besides the fact you get analytics and promoted pins, I have not tried, but I've heard they're very effective. The biggest thing it gets you is rich pins, meaning that you can attach your Pinterest account to your website, and there's a process you have to go through. It's very simple. You just take some JavaScript code and you plop it into the header on your WordPress site or Wix site or whatever. And what that does is that will enable you, any pin from your website becomes a rich pin, which automatically raises it above normal pins on Pinterest. So that's a big reason why. If you're going to be using Tailwind and taking Pinterest seriously, which you should if you want to get awesome, consistent traffic, you need to be having rich pins, and to have rich pins, you need a Pinterest for Business account. A lot of things words. And finally, let me just talk briefly about Tailwind Tribes. It's a new feature they've been releasing for the past couple of months that enables you to connect with other Tailwind users. And it's kind of group boards in Pinterest. You have these little communities that you can pin each other's things and then share each other's things. So if you are submitting pins on Pinterest, make sure you add them to Tailwind Tribes as well, so that there's an even greater chance you get more consistent traffic to your website. So that's kind of the spiel. And I think right now, since I'm doing this as a live stream for kicks, I will actually do a demo. So if you give me 1 second, I will actually screen share. If I can figure out how to use, okay, whoops, 1 second, screen share, and yes, let me share this thing, and let me drag this over, and I'm pulling up my Tailwind account right now. So what, let me just force quit that. Or rather, 1 sec, let me force quit everything that's not important. Don't force quit Chrome, because that happens, the live stream goes down, and bad stuff. So yeah, so this is Tailwind in the back end. They also have a great feature for Pinterest, or not Pinterest, Instagram. But I'm going to show you the Tailwind dashboard for Pinterest. So let me show you first. Let me show you how easy it is to pick a pin and schedule it. So if you go here to publish, and you can see I've already have a few pins scheduled. So while I'm here, let me pop into chat if there's a way for me to pop into the chat. That's okay. I'll see hi in the chat later. So let me see. Okay, let's see how to get clients for your products and services if you hate selling and pitching. This is a good example. So this is a pin from someone else that I want to pin to my boards. So what I'm going to do is if I click on this board area, you will actually be able to see all the different options that there are for picking out the boards that I want to pin this to. So I'm going to type a few that I love. Let's say best tips for bloggers. Let me click. You can also type. So I'm going to click, let's see career tips and tricks. Let's have a group board blog about it. Like that. Let's just pick these 3 for now. Normally I'd pick more. So what I can do is I click add to queue, and now I've added these 3 pins to my Pinterest Tailwind scheduler, and they're going to be sent on Pinterest, and happiness ensures. Now let me show you how to do interval pinning. So here's the thing on how to use Tailwind Tribes to grow your blog like crazy. Let me do best tips for bloggers. How to monetize. Let's blog about it. I have another one called online marketing. And finally, let's do Pinterest. I have a Pinterest tips and tricks board. So I've got, normally it would spit these out over here and the rest of the time. What I'm going to do, scroll down. And you see here that says use interval. I'm going to click on use interval. And now it's going to space these out a day apart. So now all I got to do is click on set interval and schedule. And now it's going to be sending these things out. All these 6 pins are spaced out 1 day apart. So I basically created 1 pin for 6 days, which is awesome. So that's basically 2 main ways. There's also Tailwind Tribes you can check out. I'm not going to go too deep into that because that's kind of more advanced feature that really you should only be using if you are comfortable with Tailwind right now. So so let me actually show you the smart schedule. So if I go to schedule, that will enable me to schedule my pins. And while I'm at it, let me go and check. So okay, so here is the smart schedule, and you can see these little areas where it says plus 621. That means I can add these times to my Pinterest schedule. So let's say I want to add 10:29 on Monday. Click on that, and now it's added to my schedule. So it's that easy to add new times to your schedule. And as Pinterest learns more about your account, it will suggest more and more different times and better times. So this is a great way that it essentially will, works and kind of helps your Pinterest grow better over time. So that's basically a rundown about Pinterest or Tailwind for Pinterest. My bad. Let me stop screen sharing. And yeah, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this little quick live. I'm going to be doing more of these over the next coming weeks. And so one of the things I'm trying to do more is to use more YouTube Live and really use it to boost my blog content. So if you want to check out Tailwind, it does cost about $10 a month, which is not expensive. I have a referral link. You can check it out not in the cards. Check it out in the description. That gives you a month free of Tailwind. And you can also check out Tailwind's YouTube channel. They got a really nice YouTube channel with lots of cool things. Check it out in the YouTube cards. One are there. Also linked in the description as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little YouTube live. And I will see you soon. Bye. Now let me see if I can. Okay, there's. Okay, bye.